Hey guys, welcome back. I am battling a nasty headache. So if I feel like I can't play, I might have to stop. Um, I'll happily actually do that. That gave me a nice little buff with I think we'll take this. Give me a nice little buff. Dark Princess Crown. I didn't actually get to take a look at my stats beforehand. So I don't know how good they were before I procced Dark Princess Crown. Oh, give me 1 second. I have a phone call. It's my husband. He got called on jury duty. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Alright, so I decided to keep playing while I was on the phone with him. He got picked for, he got called for Vordire, so that's the selection of jury duty. And they did not pick him. One of the my husband's also a lawyer. One of the really nice things about being a lawyer is that you will almost never get picked for jury duty. Because whatever side feels they have a weaker case, well, usually I think it's the prosecutor. If it is a criminal issue, which this one was, the prosecutor will almost always strike lawyers because we make it difficult to win. Because you're gonna have somebody who's like, no, not guilty. We're gonna go Angel Deals, and we have to keep Dark Princess Crown. I saw what my tier rate is at 2.17. Without it, it's too important. Gotta keep it. We got Friend Finder again. Bashir! Still fighting my headache. It's pretty freaking bad. I took Excedrin. I don't know what it's from. I don't think it's from the pillow. So I used to have headaches really badly. And it was from the pillow. It's where I was taking Excedrin like almost every day. Not for a long time and not overdoing it, right? I don't take more than 1 dose of Excedrin per day. That's nice. Poker Chip is helping us out here. Poker Chip, by the way, is our trinket, which, here, I'll let you read it, but basically it doubles, yeah, 50% chance to spawn extra, or just a single fly. But anyway, I used to take Excedrin a lot until Patrick was like, you need to stop. You need to figure out what's going on because, you know, eventually it'll kill your liver. So I switched pillows, and that helped out a lot. But normally when my neck hurts, so like my headaches are muscle strain. It's not actual pain of my head, it's muscle strain. But whenever it hurts, and it's based off of like me sleeping wrong or, you know, me twisting my neck while I was sleeping, that pain usually comes up like immediately upon waking up. Whereas the pain that I had have today and yesterday didn't come about from right when I woke up. It was after I had been active and doing my stuff during the day. And that's the same thing that happened today. I would like to get this tinted rock. Yeah, I woke up and I was fine, and then I was in the middle of a consultation with people today, and my head was just fucking killing me. I stopped and grabbed food, which I shouldn't have because I need to lose some weight. I need to stop being such a fat ass. But I stopped and grabbed food because sometimes my headaches can also be caused by hunger. Headaches affect people differently. I sometimes get hunger headaches, so, you know. Yes, Bashir, I hear you. Sometimes it's like, oh, you haven't eaten, you're gonna get a headache. Oh my god, Bashir, please leave County alone. Oh my goodness gracious. Hey! Give me a second, I gotta lock the cats downstairs. No, get away, bastard. Okay, Pulse. Be free. Okay, you're free. Go be free. Go play. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, Rock Bottom's fantastic. So now if we lose Dark Princess Crown, it doesn't matter. We keep that stat up forever. There are also a bunch of pills that I can now take. Rock Bottom is Chef's Kiss. But I can't get this pills. I hate having headaches. like they're debilitating. They're not migraine level. Thank God. But, man, it just really throws everything off balance. Oh. Cats are being little shitheads. Being mean accounts counts. Countsy is the cat that I created my username after, actually. As you can tell by the fact that my username is Countsy. She is named after one of our law school professors that Patty and I really enjoyed him. He was a silly boy. By silly boy, I mean man. He was mid-40s when he was teaching us. He did find out that I named Countsy after him. He enjoyed that a lot. You know, for as bad as our law school program was, by bad as like just difficult, came out of it much better than it could have been. Got to meet Patrick. I got a really good education. I went to a really good school. And it was just, I don't know, I've been very, I wouldn't say privileged because I'm not somebody who comes from privilege in any way, shape, or form. You could classify me as like one of the most underprivileged population that there has been. But the way that I was privileged was my mom. Her belief of education being important, her sticking around and raising us. But a lot of it goes out to my oldest sister. I have two sisters. My older sister raised me. And I remember when I was in middle school and elementary, my mom worked a lot. She had to. So my older sister was kind of in charge of raising us, which is not fair to her, right? That's something that has come around more recently to let it be known that it's like, hey, that's not correct. The eldest child, especially when it's a woman or a girl, I guess at that age, the expectation that she's going to do house chores or raise the children, that's not right. That's not fair. I think it's called parentification. I can't pronounce things. What do we have here? We have Soul of Isaac, Soul of Bethany, Algis, and an Algis, and a Soul of Isaac. The Soul of I have no keys! I have no keys! So I have no snare in my headphones. Where the fuck did all my keys go? There wasn't a bigger room here, and I'm not going to... That's a sticky nickel. I don't think it was worth using my last bomb. And I don't think I can get to these, right? No. I can get to that one. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so Patty just called me and told me that he did not get chosen for jury duty. And I told him, I was like, I know you're not going to get chosen for jury. He was afraid that he was going to get chosen. It's like, baby, they never pick lawyers. We have a key. Do we go for the shop or do we go for the item room? I think we just go. Well, shop. Could try and make it to boss rush. I kind of have rock bottom. I wish I could have more stats. There's my item room. I enjoy that room as a Tainted Lost. Go, little silkworms, go. I have a planetarium. Oh, that's gonna be 3+ damage. Ace of clubs, so... Alright, watch this.
Huge growth.
No. Now we have 7 damage. 7+ damage, Jesus Christ. The power of rock bottom. That's the power of friendship. I like the common cold. So I'm waiting for the Excedrin to kick in to help my headache. The only thing I don't like about Excedrin is the amount, like, so things like Midol and headache medicine and stuff like that is that it has caffeine in it as well, and it's like more caffeine than is in a cup of coffee. So I'm taking 2 of them at once, right? Because that's like the dose. And what hit me there? All right, we're gonna fuck around with this. But first, I think we say goodbye to boss rush potentially. We did not get the buff I wanted. That's alright. I was hoping to get teleported to an angel room. That did not happen. I'll take the backpack, you never know. Deep Pockets is a little late for me. Oh, so I'm waiting for the caffeine buzz to kick in. Take that, thank you. I never really take Excedrin, or Midol or anything like that that has caffeine in it unless I'm home, just in case I do have a panic attack. That's I should get +3. No, I didn't, because the buff from huge growth overtakes the +3. We could look around for... Try and make the boss rush. Priest is not really what we want. There's Something like soy milk would be fun. Come back for all of this later. Yeah, I just have to be really careful with things that trigger my anxiety, which is caffeine. I started dealing with anxiety issues when I was 21. I had quit smoking recreational surfer stuff. How can I say it? I was a kind of pothead when I was little, and by little I mean teenager in college. And I remember being like, oh well, it's kind of time to stop, time to quit. And one of the things that people don't talk about ever is that people always say, that there's no side effects, it's whatever. But for me, one of my side effects was, oh, this is so much better here. I had withdrawal symptoms, and it triggered. Okay, so the thinking is that either I had anxiety disorder and I was self-medicating, and that when I stopped self-medicating, it triggered, or that quitting caused it to show up. I'm personally on the belief that I self-medicated, and then when I stopped self-medicating, it came out, and I had no way of dealing with it. I had no idea that I had panic disorder, but it was really bad. There was a whole summer where I did not leave my house. Basically, I had agoraphobia. I didn't drive because I was afraid. It was really, really nasty. And it was also my senior year of college, my final year. And I remember having to tell my professors, like, hey, this is happening. I need a break. I can't attend. And thankfully, every single professor that I had was really sweet. They all understood. So I had no issues with them. Black candle is good. It's kind of late for restock, isn't it? Yeah, I tried all like the natural remedies. Valerian root, like all this stuff, man. But I at the worst, like when I realized that something was wrong, I had been at work, I smoked a cigarette, I drank coffee, and it triggered a massive panic attack while I was at work alone. And I was like, I need to go, and I started driving home, and I had to pull over because I was having such a bad reaction to it. And thank God I pulled over in front of somebody's house, and I just knocked on the door, and I was like, hey, I need help. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. It was a random stranger's house, and thank God that the person there didn't like freak out or anything. They called my mom. They're like, do you need an ambulance? And the lady there, it was two people. The lady there, they like, it was like the dumbest shit, dude. I was a fucking teenager, right? So you have like a teenage girl knocking at your door saying like, hey, I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I need help. They put me down. They like laid me down on their couch. They brought me food. They brought me water. They took care of me. The woman was like, I have had the exact same thing. She's like, I understand you're having a panic attack. I've had them before. It was, I don't believe in fate, but it was very, very, very fortunate that they were there to help me. And they like let me lay on their couch until my mom and my stepdad came over, and then they drove my car home, and I mean, it was just nuts. and it took me a while to get over it. I could not.
Soul of Isaac.
I could not drive for a while. I slowly started. I remember the first place I went, because I couldn't drive, right? So I forced myself to drive to the Starbucks that was like half a mile away from my house. I didn't like eat anything, right? Like caffeine wise, but I forced myself to drive there, and then because I needed to get my life back on track, I whenever I would drive, I wouldn't drive on the highways. I would only drive on the service streets. But it's fine because, hey, as long as I got where I needed to go, even if it's small, who cares, right? Even if it's something small, as long as you do something, you make some progress, then all good. So that's kind of how it started. And for several years, I only drove on the service roads. I would refuse to get on the highways. And then slowly but surely, I've expanded now to where I can drive on the highways. I can drive on the express lanes. Going into certain stores still kind of triggers my anxiety. Specifically, like Barnes and Noble. Okay, Barnes and Noble, not Barnes and Nobles. Barnes and Noble triggers my anxiety real bad. Something about the lighting. Malls still make me feel a little funny. But I've gotten to the point where I can go to a store, I can drive somewhere by myself. That's, you know, little progress by little progress, to where it's finally I'm a functioning member of society now. Tears down doesn't affect me. It's fortunate that my husband also suffers from anxiety disorder, so when I met him, because when I met him was law school, right? And so it was like the first time that I had nobody with me, like absolutely nobody, because my mom, where I went to school is, what, like 10 hours away from my mom, and my mom had always been kind of like my support system. So I couldn't really call her to come get me, right, or to come help me. But I don't know. I got through it. I'm very, very fortunate I got through it. Some people don't recover, and I was able to do it mostly without medication, like no medication at all, which is, I kind of maybe wish I had some sort of medication, but I have a really high sensitivity to medication. So I remember when my anxiety first hit, I went to a doctor and he tried to put me on antidepressants, and I flipped my shit. I could not deal with it. So that's when I kind of went, decided to just do natural, and I saw a therapist, which helped. But ultimately, it was just kind of pushing my boundaries little by little of what I could handle. And I would say I'm probably 90% good. I don't think I'll ever fully recover. And the reason that I say that is because one of the things that I've found out about my anxiety disorder is that it also presents as OCD, which is something that isn't discussed enough, or wasn't. It's just like, oh, you have anxiety disorder, you have panic attacks. No, man, I had fucking had OCD, and that's something that it wasn't until like years later that I realized, oh, that's how my anxiety was manifesting when I was younger. You know, it's not like the regular OCD where there's a lot of different forms of OCD. but it's not the, flip the light switch 3 times. No, for me it was, the garage door. Did I close the garage door? And I actually still have issues with that. Not specifically the garage door, but, like, did I lock the door? So the way that I've addressed it, it's not curing it, but the way that I've addressed it is, take a photo. Take a photo of the lock, take a photo of the garage, to where if I feel super anxious, I can just look at it. Thank you. I can just, take a look at it and confirm, like, no, yeah, you did lock this. And then, of course, I've joined a fucking profession that's notorious for anxiety. Yeah, take care of yourself, man. Get help. Hi, cuties. Is Papa home? I think Papa might be home. Would be perfect timing for this run to end. Don't know how many runs I'm gonna be able to do today. Spider bite. I would say rock bottom definitely was the prize here. Friend Finder helped, of course, but rock bottom with those huge growth card, with that huge growth card. Because other than that, what did we get? We got 1, 2. We had 2 stats, 2 stat ups, 2 damage ups, and then we had, it's actually started with Dark Princess Crown, and Soul Converter, which allowed me to get a red heart, which kept us alive, because it went from 2.7 fire rate to 4, so that helped out a lot. I didn't do double deals. Did I get any HP ups? Got 1, 2. But, happy run. Sorry about the ranting, but I'm just kind of talking out my feelings. Hell, that's what I do when I watch Isaac. I just listen and I fall asleep, so hopefully that's what you're doing. I'm trying the 12 o'clock time slot. I don't think that's going to work for my videos. Might go back to 8:45, 9 o'clock at night, but yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye!